Stories that shock, inspire, and stay with you. Welcome to another Spark. Buckle up, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a story. Got a story of your own? Send it our way. That said, let's jump into the story.
I used to think being tired was just part of being responsible. The kind of tired that sinks into your bones, that follows you even after sleep. The kind you joke about with a weak smile. I told myself it meant I was doing something right. That it meant I was dependable, needed, useful. People relied on me, and I wore that like a badge of honor. In the beginning, my life looked full. Busy, but full. My phone never stopped buzzing. Work emails, family group chats, friends checking in, siblings asking for help, parents needing something sorted. I was the one who picked up, the one who stayed late, the one who said, "Don't worry, I'll handle it." And I meant it, every time. I believed love was measured by how much of yourself you could give away without complaint. I believed saying no was selfish. I believed rest was something you earned after everyone else was okay. So I kept going. Mornings started early. My alarm would ring, and before my feet even touched the floor, my mind was already running through a list of obligations. What needed to be done? Who needed me? What fires I had to put out before the day even began. I told myself I liked being busy, that I thrived under pressure, that I was built for this. But there were signs, quiet ones, easy to dismiss. I stopped enjoying the things that used to ground me. Music felt like noise. Silence made me anxious. I couldn't remember the last time I sat still without feeling guilty. Even rest felt like I was doing something wrong. Sometimes I'd catch my reflection in the mirror and barely recognize the person staring back. My eyes looked dull, older, not physically but emotionally, like something behind them had dimmed. I noticed I was always tense, jaw clenched, shoulders tight, breathing shallow. Even on days when nothing dramatic happened, my body acted like it was bracing for impact. But I ignored it, because everyone else seemed fine. At work, I was praised for my dedication. "You're so reliable," they'd say. "We don't know what we'd do without you." I smiled, nodded, stayed late again. With family, I was the strong one, the problem solver, the emotional support, the one who listened, advised, sacrificed. If someone needed help moving, I was there. If there was a crisis, I handled it. If someone needed time, energy, money, patience, I found a way. Friends leaned on me too. I became the safe place, the late night call, the shoulder, the fixer. I told myself that's what friendship was. What I didn't notice at first was how rarely anyone asked how I was doing. And when they did, it was usually in passing. A quick question, already moving on before the answer mattered. I learned to respond automatically. "I'm good, just busy." Busy became my personality, my excuse, my shield. There were moments, small, fleeting moments, where something inside me whispered, "This isn't sustainable." Usually late at night, when the house was quiet, when the noise of the day finally faded and I was left alone with my thoughts. I'd feel this heaviness in my chest, this strange mix of sadness and emptiness. I couldn't always explain it. I just knew I felt drained, hollowed out. But then morning would come. The list would start again, and I'd push the feeling down. I didn't think I was burning out. Burnout felt dramatic, extreme, something that happened to other people, people who couldn't cope. I told myself I was just tired, that everyone felt like this, until my body started speaking louder than my mind. It began with headaches, sharp, persistent, sitting behind my eyes. I blamed stress, lack of sleep, coffee. Then came the exhaustion that no amount of rest seemed to fix. I'd sleep and wake up feeling like I hadn't slept at all. My limbs felt heavy, my thoughts sluggish. Emotionally, I became numb. Things that should have upset me barely registered. Things that should have made me happy felt distant, like I was watching my own life from behind glass. I started forgetting things, small things at first, then important ones. Appointments, deadlines, conversations I swore had never happened, until someone reminded me they had. My patience grew thin. Not outwardly. I was still polite, still helpful. But inside, there was this quiet irritation. A simmering resentment I didn't want to acknowledge. Because resentment didn't fit the story I told myself about who I was. I was the giver, the dependable one, the strong one. Strong people don't complain. Strong people don't stop. And then one day something cracked. It wasn't dramatic. No shouting. No breakdown in public. No hospital visit. Just a moment so small it almost felt insignificant. But it changed everything. I was sitting alone, late at night, staring at my phone. Another message had just come in. Another request. Another, "Can you help with this?" Another expectation wrapped in politeness. And for the first time, I felt nothing but exhaustion. Not anger, not sadness, just this deep, soul-level tiredness. I remember thinking very clearly, very calmly, I don't have anything left to give. The thought scared me, because if I wasn't the one who gave, who was I? I put the phone down and sat there in the silence. My heart was beating fast, but my body felt strangely still, like it had finally stopped running. That night, I didn't sleep much, not because of worry, but because my mind was replaying everything. Years of saying yes, years of overextending, years of ignoring myself. I realized something that felt both obvious and devastating at the same time. I had built my entire identity around being needed, and in the process, I had slowly abandoned myself. I didn't confront anyone. I didn't announce some grand change. I didn't even fully understand what I was going to do next. I just paused. The next few days, I moved differently, quieter, more observant. I still showed up, but I stopped over-explaining, stopped filling every silence, stopped rushing to fix things that weren't mine to fix. Felt uncomfortable, almost wrong. I noticed how anxious I felt when I didn't immediately respond to messages, how guilty I felt for resting, how my body reacted like I was doing something dangerous just by slowing down. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just burnout. This was conditioning. I had trained myself to believe my worth was tied to my usefulness. So I started paying attention. I watched how people reacted when I didn't go above and beyond, when I didn't volunteer extra time, when I didn't anticipate their needs before they asked. Some didn't notice at all. Some seemed confused, and some pulled away. That part hurt more than I expected. It was subtle. Invitations stopped coming as often. Conversations became shorter. The warmth cooled, not out of malice, just adjustment. Like my role in their lives had shifted, and they didn't quite know what to do with that. At work, things changed too. The praise slowed. The expectations didn't. When I stopped absorbing everyone else's workload, the cracks in the system became visible. Tasks went unfinished. Deadlines slipped. Tension rose. And for the first time, it wasn't my responsibility to fix it. That realization felt strange, almost unreal. I was used to being the buffer, the shock absorber, the one who made things smooth for everyone else at my own expense. Now, without me overextending, reality was exposed. At home, I started saying no, carefully at first, softly, with explanations attached, as if I needed permission to protect my own energy. Even then, the guilt was intense. I'd lie in bed replaying conversations, wondering if I'd been unfair, if I'd disappointed someone, if I'd changed for the worse. But something else started happening too. I started breathing deeper. The headaches eased. Not immediately, but slowly, like my body was cautiously trusting that I might actually listen this time. I began noticing how tired I really was. Not just physically, but emotionally. How long I'd been carrying things that weren't mine. How often I'd prioritized peace for others over honesty with myself. There were moments of sadness, grief even, for the version of me who didn't know how to choose themselves. For the years I spent running on empty and calling it strength. But there was also clarity. I saw how often people had taken my availability for granted. Not because they were cruel, but because I had taught them it was endless. I saw how my silence had been interpreted as consent. I saw how my fear of discomfort had kept me stuck. And instead of lashing out, I let myself feel it, I didn't need revenge. I didn't need apologies. I needed understanding. Understanding that I had played a part in my own burnout. That was hard to admit, but it was also freeing. Because if I had helped create this life, I could also change it. The more I held my boundaries, the clearer things became. Some relationships adjusted and grew healthier, slower, more balanced. Those were the ones built on mutual respect, not constant access. Others faded, and I let them. That was one of the hardest lessons, realizing that not everything is meant to come with you into your next chapter. I lost parts of my old identity. The always available one, the never says no one, the one who felt valuable only when exhausted. In their place, something quieter emerged. Self-respect. It didn't arrive all at once. It grew in small moments, choosing rest without explanation, saying no without apologizing, letting messages wait, letting people solve their own problems. I started checking in with myself before committing to anything, asking simple questions I'd ignored for years. Do I have the energy for this? Do I actually want to do this? What will it cost me? At first, those questions felt selfish. Then they felt necessary. Eventually, they felt normal. My health improved, not just physically, but mentally. The fog lifted. My thoughts became clearer. I laughed more, real laughter, not polite laughter. I began doing things just because they made me feel alive again. Walking without purpose, sitting in silence, listening to music and actually feeling it. I learned that rest isn't laziness. Boundaries aren't rejection, and choosing yourself isn't betrayal. It's survival. Looking back now, I don't feel anger toward the people who benefited from my burnout. I understand it better than that. I see how easy it is to lose yourself when your value is measured by what you give. How praised exhaustion is. How often self-neglect is disguised as love. I also see how close I came to losing myself completely. Burnout didn't arrive suddenly, crept in quietly, wrapped itself in responsibility, disguised itself as kindness. And healing didn't arrive dramatically either. Came through pauses, through no's, through discomfort, through letting go of who I thought I had to be. Today, my life looks quieter, simpler, more honest. I still care. I still give. But I give from fullness now, not depletion. And when I feel myself slipping back into old patterns, I stop. I listen. I choose differently because I learned something the hard way. You can give everything to everyone and still end up with nothing left for yourself. And no one will stop you. You have to be the one who turns around, who chooses rest, who chooses boundaries, who chooses to stay.